Welcome to this tutorial on MockK, a powerful mocking framework designed specifically for Kotlin. MockK helps you write better unit tests by creating mock objects that simulate real dependencies in your code. Throughout this video, we'll explore how to create mocks and stubs using MockK's intuitive syntax. MockK is a modern mocking library built specifically for Kotlin. Unlike other mocking frameworks that were originally designed for Java, MockK is Kotlin first, which means it fully supports Kotlin's language features. It provides a domain-specific language-based syntax that follows Kotlin idioms, making your test code more readable and natural. MockK has native support for coroutines and suspend functions, which is essential for modern Kotlin applications. It also works seamlessly with extension functions and top-level functions, which are common patterns in Kotlin development. Setting up MockK in your project is straightforward. You need to add the MockK dependency to your build Gradle Kotlin DSL file. Add the test implementation line with the MockK artifact. The version shown here is 1.13.9, but make sure to check for the latest stable version when you're setting up your project. This dependency will only be included in your test code, not in your production application. Creating mock objects in MockK is simple. You use the mock function and specify the type you want to mock using angle brackets. For example, to create a mock of a user repository, you declare a val and assign it the result of mock with the user repository type. You can also create relaxed mocks by passing relaxed equals true as a parameter. Relaxed mocks automatically return default values for all methods, so you don't have to stub every single method call. This is particularly useful when you only care about specific interactions and want to avoid stubbing every method in a large interface. Stubbing is how you define what a mock should return when its methods are called. In MockK, you use the every block to set up these behaviors. Inside the every block, you specify the method call you want to stub, and then use the returns keyword to define what value should be returned. For example, you can stub the findById method of a user repository to return a specific user object when called with a particular ID. You can also use argument matchers, like any, to make your stubs more flexible. In the second example, the add method will return 42 regardless of what arguments are passed to it. Argument matchers give you flexibility when stubbing methods and verifying calls. The any matcher matches any argument of the specified type, which is useful when you don't care about the exact value being passed. The match matcher lets you specify custom conditions using a lambda expression. In the example shown, it only matches when the argument is greater than 10. The ek matcher ensures an exact match for a specific value. These matchers make your tests more robust and help you focus on the behavior that matters rather than getting caught up in exact argument values. After your code runs, you often want to verify that certain methods were called on your mocks. MockK provides the verify block for this purpose. Inside the verify block, you specify the method call you expect to have happened. You can also use the exactly parameter to verify that a method was called a specific number of times. For example, exactly equals 2 verifies that the log method was called exactly twice. You can even verify that a method was never called by using exactly equals 0. This is useful for ensuring that certain operations didn't occur under specific conditions. One of MockK's standout features is its native support for Kotlin coroutines. When working with suspend functions, you use coEvery instead of every for stubbing, and coVerify instead of verify for verification. The co prefix stands for coroutine. These special functions handle the asynchronous nature of suspend functions automatically. In the example, coEvery stubs a suspend function called fetchUser to return a user object, and coVerify confirms that the method was called with a specific argument. This makes testing coroutine-based code just as simple as testing regular synchronous code. Let's look at a complete test example that brings everything together. The test starts by creating a mock of the user repository using the mock function. Then, it creates an instance of the user service, passing in the mocked repository. Next, It uses every to stub the repository's findById method to return a user when called with the ID one. The test then calls the getUser method on the service with that ID. Finally, it uses verify to confirm that the findById method was indeed called with the correct argument. This pattern of arrange, act, and assert is common in unit testing, and MockK makes each step clear and concise. Let's recap what we've covered. First, you create mock objects using the mock function, optionally with the relaxed parameter for simpler mocking. Second, you stub behavior using the every block to define what your mock should return. Third, you verify method calls using the verify block to ensure your code interacts with dependencies correctly. And finally, when working with coroutines, use coEvery and coVerify for suspend functions. With these core concepts, you're ready to start writing effective unit tests for your Kotlin applications using MockK happy testing.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.